Info-wars.
Let's go to war.
Wars with a Z.
Look at the time. It's that time for Info-wars, warswithaz.com.
Just another day on the front line, forced to apologize, being who I am.
I wanna bet I got money. I'm so happy.
Jimmy's really happy because he put money on the Fly Eagles Fly for the Super Bowl and he won $200. Did he bring me a coffee? Did he bring me a drink? How about some donuts? Nope. Jimmy brought me nothing.
Well, you don't pay me. I'm an intern. You bring me things. I don't bring you things.
You spent money on the Fly Eagles Fly, and they won. So I thought you would bring me something, but I guess you didn't. I guess you don't think about me like that. I guess I just go ahead and hire you, and you don't even think about me when you have a bunch of money and you're rich.
And I'm not rich. I won $200. That's not rich.
That's rich for you.
Oh, yeah, that's rich for me.
So how'd you like the Super Bowl, Jimmy?
Oh, it was fantastic. Boy, the Kansas City Chiefs got their ass whooped. Like a 2-year-old acting up at a grocery store. They got their butt whooped.
Yes, they did. It was a good Super Bowl. But the one thing I have to say is before the Super Bowl, Lady Gaga, before the Super Bowl came out, sang her song, Hold My Hand, which is not a remake of the Hootie and the Blowfish song, Hold My Hand, which really confused the hell out of me. But anyway, she came out there and sang a song.
Well, don't you know Lady Gaga? Aren't you guys friends?
Yeah, I'm in her movie 5'2", which is on the Netflix right now. You can go see it, and you'll see me in the movie with Lady Gaga. But I gotta say, watching that performance before the Super Bowl, she's looking weird. I don't know what it is. I think it's the eyebrows. The eyebrows, she either shaved them or she dyed them.
Yeah, and her hair is really, really, really long, and she got a big hat on. It does look kind of weird.
Stephanie, if you're listening to me, to dye your eyebrows back or grow them back, whichever one, because it's a little reach in there. You sing phenomenally. You have the greatest voice ever, but the eyebrows, you got to do something with them. I'm sorry. I just can't handle it. All right. Kick us off with a good video tonight, Jimmy. What do you got?
The government is intentionally keeping us in the dark.
Yeah, no shit. They've been doing that since they landed on this stupid rock and took it over.
Just got off of a FaceTime call with a friend who's a policymaker in Ottawa, and she informed me that Canada and the Canadians are fully preparing for a war on the U.S.
Really?
Yesterday,
the Canadians are gonna come and start war with us.
Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, was caught on a hot mic saying that Donald Trump is serious when he says that he wants to make Canada the 51st state, and that it is a serious threat when he says that he wants to invade Canada and annex Canada.
We are not invading Canada. Canada is not invading us. It's not gonna happen. There's gonna be no war against Canada. No.
Because he wants Canada's critical minerals. Americans just don't even know that this is happening. To mention
it's not going to happen. It's just him talking.
Canadians are fully aware of this.
You got to pay attention to Trump sometimes, like you pay attention to your wife when she sits down and tells you about her day. You got to kind of listen to him, but you don't really have to pay attention to him because he's just talking. He just likes to talk. And you just go, yeah, that's great. Great, sir. You're awesome. You're fantastic. We understand. And just shake your head yes.
As well, if you walk into a store right now in Canada, you're going to see labels telling people what's American made so that the Canadians don't buy it.
They don't want our food anyway.
Which is huge, by the way. The premier in British Columbia is saying that they're going to cut off all contracts that are up with the U.S., meaning businesses in the U.S. will be cut off from doing business with British Columbia. And we're over here in America thinking that everything is hunky-dory with our allies. Meanwhile, they're pretty much getting ready to take us down.
No, they're not going to take this.
Honestly, I don't even know if this content is going to get pushed out to any.
All they have up there, sticks and stones and mooses and reindeer.
I don't think you can have guns in Canada.
Yeah, you can have guns in Canada, but they're mostly like bow and arrows and stuff
the
like that.
Americans. So all in all,
Yeah, and it's too cold for them to leave their house right now, so they're not going to be doing anything like that.
I guess
They're at home, in the house, and they're watching the hockey, and they don't really care.
they're about to go to war.
You shouldn't scare people like that because it is not going to happen next.
Bigger than aliens. Next week, Representative Luna stated that the government's coming out with information that's bigger than aliens.
Aliens, that's pretty damn big. I know what it is. The government has invented lightsabers and hoverboards. That news is bigger than aliens right there.
What could be bigger than aliens? This is going to be bigger
Lightsabers.
than any other information we've got.
Hoverboards. Damn it, I've been waiting for a hoverboard since 1985.
The information.
1986 or 7, I can't remember. Since then, I've been waiting on the
On
hoverboards.
God? Could it be information on the afterlife? Could it be information?
Information on God. Oh, that's pretty big. How could they get that, though? I don't believe that. Information on the afterlife. No. It could be the simulation. They could be saying that, yes, we are in a simulation, and it's ran by Windows 36, 64, whatever.
Our ascension into another realm? Could it be the fact that we have a fleet of transgalactic UFOs that we control? Could it be our own psionic powers?
And that they're going to have to shut down the simulation because they got to do maintenance. So they're going to tell us that we have to sleep for, 3-4 days because they're going to do maintenance on the simulation. Because, every now and then your job emails everybody in the company and they say, this Saturday at 2 a.m. we're going to do Oh, my God. It just hit me, Jimmy.
What? What are you talking about?
When the time changes and we lose an hour, you know why we lose an hour? Because they're rebooting the computer.
Oh, that makes total sense. You just blew my mind.
That's what happens when the daylight saving time is. They update the computer. Now they got to, replace some hard drives because some hard drives are going down. So they're going to shut it down for 2 months. That's what's going to happen. We're going to wake up and it's going to be August. All right. So now we got Patrick Mahomes and his... Don't make fun of Patrick Mahomes. He's still a better athlete than anybody you know. But here is his press conference following the loss to the Fly Eagles Fly.
I'm a choker. I'm a trash can. Jalen Hurts absolutely destroyed me tonight. And the Eagles O-line pounded me raw. My cheeks are sore from all the pounding I took tonight.
You took a lot of
They didn't
pounding.
even use any protection.
No, you did. They used no protection and they pounded you good.
The Eagles O-line needs to practice safe sacks. You can't just
safe
pound
sacks.
me raw all night. And the refs did not get the memo over the week. They usually help me out a lot, but tonight I finally got exposed. Even my best friend Zebras couldn't save me.
Yeah, usually the Zebras stick up for the Kansas City Chiefs, but they forgot which game they were in.
What else there, Patrick Mahomes?
And I saw Tom Brady in the booth tonight and told him I was about to take his GOAT title away. But that dude brought me bad luck, man. He put some voodoo on me tonight.
Yeah, who's the GOAT now, little bitch
Now
boy?
I can never be
Yeah, Bundaruski.
mentioned as the GOAT after this embarrassing
Bundaruski.
performance. And Travis Kelce was too worried about fixing his hair the whole game, trying to look cute for Taylor Swift. He went ghost when I needed him most.
Exactly. He missed 2 good passes.
They weren't good passes. They were crappy passes. Patrick Mahomes had a horrible night. I think that was his brother out there throwing passes, not Patrick Mahomes. That was a weird Patrick Mahomes last night.
Now, Patrick Mahomes' brother was hanging out with Trump last night in his suite. So I don't know who was out there playing that game.
And I'm going to announce a ban tonight. Taylor Swift can no longer attend my games.
Good for you.
This girl just brings my aura points down.
She's not going to be there anymore anyway because she's going to break up with the Travis Kelce any day now.
So, Travis, take her wherever you want, but just don't bring her to my games.
Oh, no, that's not going to be
And Andy
good.
Reid, you're a great coach, but I think it's time for you to hang them up after tonight.
Yeah, by the LaRuski.
He came out with a horrible game plan, and
Yep.
I couldn't even breathe out there. I have a conspiracy
Yep.
theory that he was trying to make me look bad out there tonight. I'm lucky I didn't get injured. Our O-line is absolute garbage.
That is the greatest press conference ever. Very good, Patrick. Now I like you again. I didn't like you last night. I like you now, though. What do you got next?
I just watched that entire halftime performance sitting next to my white boomer parents.
Okay, so she watched the whole halftime performance with her boomer parents. I can imagine what they thought.
And it went right over their head.
It went over everybody's head who don't know who Kendrick Lamar is.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting in my seat like, oh, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Then I hop onto Facebook to see more of my elderly boomer family complaining, oh, that was the worst halftime performance I've ever seen.
And now I just want to whisper the whole time because all she's doing is whispering.
Kendrick Lamar, that was the greatest halftime performance I have ever seen in my life. He was amazing. He is the greatest rapper to ever live.
Okay, it was okay. I don't think it was the greatest of all time.
No, you're old, so you don't understand rap. Rap didn't come around until like 10 years ago, so you don't.
What are you talking about? I was around when Run DMC. I heard, Sugar Hill Gang before anybody else. You can't tell me I don't know what freaking hip hop is. I know what hip hop was. What hip hop was. Yeah, it was different than what it is now. But I can watch something like that and say, yeah, that was amazing. That was good. But it wasn't Prince good. It wasn't that good.
Oh, Prince is nothing. He was so much better than Prince.
Jimmy, we're not getting into this. It was great, but a lot of people didn't understand it.
I couldn't understand a single word of what he was saying. To which I must respond, if you are a fan of Kendrick, you would understand loud and clear what he was saying.
Diss the hell out of Drake. Drake has got to do the Super Bowl now. Next year, when the Carolina Panthers are in the Super Bowl,
Yeah, you're damn right. It's going to be Carolina Panthers next year.
Drake has got to come out and do the Super Bowl halftime show so he can talk shit about Kendrick Lamar. That is the halftime I would watch.
Most people who perform at the halftime show get up there with the sole purpose of entertaining you. But no, Kendrick took the platform he was given and he got up there and set the message. And if you didn't understand that message was not meant for you.
Okay, I agree with her, but I don't know why she was whispering. Was she afraid she was going to offend her parents?
I think her parents were sitting right there and they were like, I still don't understand who Kendrick Lamar. I don't even know how to spell Kendrick. So I think that they're really confused and she had to whisper.
I still want to see a Drake halftime show next year. That will be awesome. Next.
Who else is married to somebody or in a relationship with somebody who just decides they're ready to go to bed and they just go to bed?
When I'm ready to go to bed, I get up, I go to bed. Sometimes I pee before I go to bed, and then there's other times I don't pee. I just go, I'll wake up at 4 o'clock and I'll pee then. I don't really get ready for bed.
And then there's me, who I have like a list of things that has to be done before I go to sleep.
Oh my God, that would drive me nuts.
Like, gotta turn the lights off. I gotta put the the dinner stuff away. I've gotta, make sure the house is tidy. I've gotta get the clothes out of the dryer. I've gotta check all the doors.
Women are insane. I don't know how you guys deal with them all the time. I mean, they're all right when they come around every now and then, but when you have to live with them and they do all this before they even go to bed, how do you do it?
You just get used to it. You just get to the point where you don't even listen to them anymore. You don't pay them no attention. You just like, oh, whatever you're doing, just don't bother me.
Like, there's a list of things that I have to do. So like, if I fall asleep on the couch, I just have to wake up and go do my to-do list of things before I actually go to bed for the night.
Yeah, you're wacky.
But my husband just is like, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, it's what men do. We're tired. Sometimes we fall asleep on the couch. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just go to bed when we want to go to bed next.
The date I went on last night was quite literally one of the worst dates of my entire life.
Great. So we got another old broad dating story.
Yeah, this is a good one, though. So you should like this. This is an old broad, and she says she was on a bad date.
I really didn't think it would be possible to top a date that I had a couple of years ago, but I did last night. And I made him talk to me for 2 days. This is like my rule. It's a 48-hour rule. I don't meet up with anyone until we have texted
Okay,
for 48 hours.
rule.
At least. And that way I feel like you can always
Do you have to burp every day on the air?
weed out the
Yeah, it's
crazy
my show. If you don't
It's
like it,
worked
don't.
every
then
time.
quit.
Anyway, he showed up to pick me up last night. He was really nice. He needed to drive an hour and 20 minutes to come
An hour and 20 minutes.
pick me up. But he shows up
You sure ain't worth that.
and I
No
look at
broad.
him and I'm like, you look nothing like your photos. Like, men talk about women filtering their photos and face tuning it. Men are the biggest offenders ever of using pictures
Yeah, you're completely not right about
that
that.
are like 5 to 10 years old
Yeah, because we look the same. We don't
and
change.
put them in a light that looks nothing like them. He had on a shockingly terrible outfit, and I'm not even picky.
Guys don't wear outfits. Guys wear clothes.
But do not wear something from 2010 that looks like you just went.
Jeans and a t-shirt. It doesn't matter what year they came from. Chicks always say, I like a guy in jeans and t-shirts. So that's why we wear jeans and
Trip in
t-shirts.
Vegas, like I'm not attracted to him, but can I put it aside? And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, I could put him aside if he's, funny and witty and makes me laugh. We sit down, we get a drink, and he is immediately so freaking opinionated.
Oh no, the guy you went out with has an opinion?
I can't even just.
Oh, how many of you old broads bitch that you go out with a guy he doesn't have
We
an
all know
opinion?
people.
Oh, there's no way to make him happy.
Like, just
Is any woman on any of these TikToks, are they any of them happy?
filter.
Do any of them have a good relationship?
Everything that he says is just
I
he's
don't think
asking
so.
me about the person that I dated that did the same job as him. And I mention it, and he's like, oh, he was married. Like, he didn't contact you back after 10 months because he's clearly married and blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, you don't even know anything about what I'm
He's making
talking about.
conversation.
You can make assumptions all day long. But again, I'm like just sitting there like, whatever, there will be no reaction of me. I'm not even.
All right, so that makes him real comfortable. That means he's got to talk more because you aren't making a sound or a noise or an eyelid move or anything.
And, like I'm here for a good time. And there are girls
Yeah, you
sitting
are.
directly next to me at the bar that are probably in their 20s. And I can see them kind of staring over at him. Like,
What is he doing with her? She's an old broad. He should be with us.
so I just, he ordered food and he was like, here,
He ordered
eat some food. And I said, well, no, I don't eat dairy. And everything he ordered, which he knew that I don't eat dairy, and everything he ordered was covered in cheese. And then proceeded to say that it was stupid that I had some sort of diet that I stuck to, and how dumb it was, and how dumb it was that people had peanut allergies. And at one point then he told me he wasn't a SEAL, and then he told me he was a SEAL, then he told me he was on SEAL Team 6. And I know there'll be a lot of people that are like, was he not? I don't know. I mean,
there's ways you can look that up. I mean, there are things called the internet where you can look that up and find out if
I
he was.
don't think that anybody could be that big of a jackass.
No, SEALs are
He's lying
jackasses.
about it. And he knew.
Yeah, you could be a jackass and be a SEAL.
He knows too much about it. He definitely was. Anyway, by the end of it, he tried to kiss me in the elevator. I was like, oh God, it's just going to be a long night.
You gave it up, didn't you?
I was telling him about how something at my work works. And he was telling me no, that I was wrong, and, why I was wrong. And I was like,
You have to dance only for the duration of the song. You can't dance for longer than the song. Is that what you were telling him that you have to do at your
I'm
job?
not telling you how drums work. Like this.
How do you know she's a stripper?
She's definitely not a stripper. I'm just
Not
making a
your
joke.
area of expertise.
If she is, she's a very poor stripper.
Like, you don't understand how this works. And finally, I was like, let's go. And he could sense my dissatisfaction. And we got up very quickly and walked out. And he was like, oh, I just think you seem stressed. Like, you just need a back rub. I'm like, don't
You need a back rub.
Get your hand off me. And that was the end of the line. Like, I tried.
Not only am I a SEAL, I'm a masseuse. You should come over and let me do
I
that.
tried to be
I mean, you're an ugly chick, old broad, but I'd still like to give you a hand
polite,
job.
and I tried to
I mean, a massage job.
manners. And by the end of it, I was like, your hubris is disgusting. And this was just on the short, like, block car ride home. I said, you know, you've told me in passing what your IQ is. My IQ beats yours by 10 points.
Okay, and now you can get out of my car. Now I'm pulling over to the side, and you can take your happy old ass and get it the hell out of my car and go do a dance for a trucker.
Be willing to learn what you can learn when you can learn it. And then I said, just send me your Venmo. And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, I don't want you paying for anything for me. I'll pay you back for the drinks.
That doesn't sound like a really bad date. I mean, we've had broads on here that have really bad dates. That doesn't sound like a really bad date.
Hey, so are we going to war with Canada?
No,
Because
we're not going. This is the second video tonight. We're not going to war
I've
with
seen
Canada.
several videos of Canadians saying, hey, I don't know if they're choosing to not show you guys this, but over here we're getting for war against Shaw.
No, you're not. You're not about to go to war with us. It's not going to happen. We have a bigger, everything we have here is bigger. We have bigger tanks. We have bigger guns. We have bigger bullets. It's not going to happen. All you have is maple syrup. You have bacon, which they call Canadian bacon. And that's it. We're not going to war with Canada. It'd be real easy, though. I mean, we don't have to, like, fly anywhere. We can just walk up there, kick their ass, come home, be home before dinner. I mean, it can't take that long. I mean, they're right there. You just cross over, kick some ass, come right back.
Every single day, I'll be making moves till I'm